Hello and welcome into this mystery reading. My name is Molly, aka the Quantum Leap Queen. And this reading is just a mystery to you as it is to me. I'm just going to read whatever needs to come out. Just trust that if you clicked on this video, it's meant for you. So let's take a look here. I'm going to set the intention right off the bat to give you the best messages that you need to hear today. And we're going to start off with the tarot. We are looking at the Pulp Tarot today. And let me ask what the best advice, the best thing this group needs to hear. What subject do we need to go into? What is currently here for this particular group today? Let's take a look. Okay, I have the Four of Swords, the first card out. Seven of Cups, Strength, and the Five of Wands. Okay. Four of Swords. I feel like you've been in hermit mode a lot. You've spent a lot of time recently with yourself, and it could just be your thoughts or you're contemplating more, but there's almost what I'm seeing is there's this stagnation. You've been a little stagnant and it's caused you to do some overthinking. That's the vibe and the energy that I'm getting off the bat. So this was our first card out, the Four of Swords. And then I had the Seven of Cups with Strength and the Five of Wands. I feel like you're balancing right now. There's a balancing act going on between the energies of going for your passions, deciding on how to best allocate your time, along with the Five of Swords. The other path is really like the overthinking, the overanalyzing, creating problems outside of you, putting blame on people or things. There's something like that where it's kind of entertaining. I'm seeing it for you to go into these thoughts. Now, again, this isn't blame. This is just a peek at kind of what's been going on with you. And everyone can relate to this. Everyone can relate to this mindset of overthinking, of putting the blame on other things and people. And again, it's like that's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is like you have so many things that you want to do and create and that you're passionate about, even if you haven't gone for them as you would like to, or maybe they're a little just far off in your mind. You have a lot of things circulating you that want to come into reality, and it's like they're looking to you for the vessel to create them. So again, there is this balancing act between these two energies. So that is a good place to start, and let's take a look at what the best advice for you is. I'm assuming you don't want to be overthinking. I'm assuming you are wanting to take action on the new things that your soul feels really called to move towards, to bring to life. So let me ask advice for you. I have the Empress and the Hanged Man. Ooh, two major arcanas out. I love. With the Empress and the Hanged Man, I feel that this is a change in perspective of your own caretaking. The Empress is going to be the queen of taking care of herself, not overextending herself, knowing her boundaries. She is the divine feminine. And because she came out with the Hanged Man is about a need for a change in perspective or to see things from a new light. So there could be a connection between the overthinking and the not taking care of yourself as you desire to. I think there could be a connection there. It's like you're expecting yourself to move towards the things that you really want to move towards, but without any effort or without putting the effort into yourself to fill up your own cup. There's a necessity here to fill up your own cup before serving others. And if we're not doing that, then we can't show up the best that we can in our lives. And that's going to cause anxiety because it's like you're living a half life. You know that you could be doing these things that help to amplify you, and they're not difficult things. It's just actually doing them, actually putting it in your schedule. And I think, like, to get to the root of that, why you're not doing that, it's like, where's your self-worth at? What do you truly deem as important? So there's some questions here. Maybe journaling or a meditation can help you to go deeper into why. Why am I not living to the extent that I know that I can be living? What truly is holding me back from what I could be experiencing right now? And it's no shame or guilt or blame. Often it's going to just be this sense of safety or comfort or protection that served you at one point in time, probably in childhood, trying to protect yourself, from shining, from being too big, perhaps, especially if you're a woman. We are taught to little ourselves a lot. So it could be something around that. But I do know, this is just some advice for you, the more that you prioritize self-care, the better your thoughts are going to be. Because when you're taken care of, then you can give to others. And if you're not taken care of, no wonder you're not giving to others. You don't have enough to give. But the only person that can give you enough is yourself. And that's what the Empress understands. She's not looking outside of her for what she needs. Yet she is very clear in her communication and her boundaries about what she needs. She knows how to state what she needs. She's not afraid to use her voice. She's not afraid to, put it in the schedule, have non-negotiables with herself. Because she knows that that's where her power comes from, is her ability to stay centered within herself. And she's not domineering or forcing, but she is straight with herself. She's honest with herself and honest with others. And that's why she's able to do what she does, and to be, the Empress is about being, to be herself fully in her full, authentic, vibrant, light self. That's what's going to help you to move forward, is when you prioritize yourself, your self-care. So that, I think I got that message across there. Let me ask if there's any final advice from the tarot before we get into some oracle cards. Anything else this group should know about that wants to be shared right now? I have the Knight of Wands and the Emperor. Okay. I want to see if this is your energy or if this is someone else's energy. Let me just get some clarity. Okay. Yes. Okay, this is your energy. So I feel that this is your energy, and again, it's going back to those moments where you have anxiety. Nine of Swords, like, this is the card of anxiety. And with the Fool, it's like you still are probably likely tempted to run away from the anxiety by going to substances or people or food, like anything. And again, this is not judgmental at all, because we all are in this, okay? But it's just showcasing, it's giving you advice. So, like, when you feel like running away in your anxiety, you kind of have two paths to take, right? You have the path of the Knight of Wands, which is like the most like the night with the most movement, I would say. It's just like literally full speed straight ahead, like let's go do the thing that we know isn't good for us, but at least it will numb us in the moment, and we don't have to feel all the feelings of anxiety even though they're still there. You're just like masking them for a second, right? Like that's the old paradigm. But the new paradigm is the emperor. So now not only do we have the empress, we have the emperor, you know, the power couple. And the main difference between these two, I would say, is the empress is the being energy, You know, she's the wave. She's the wave. And then the emperor is the doing energy, right? Feminine, masculine, wave, particle, particle wave. That's how I see these, and I love that both of them are out, because that's what I was feeling in this completion of the anxiety. Like you have to embody both your empress and emperor energy. So instead of going for the quick fixes, not even fixes, right? They're quick vices, quick band-aids that really don't solve the issue. I'm hearing that you need to specifically work on your identity work, how you see yourself, because you could be seeing yourself more as that impulsive, quick, impulsive, immature energy, but you're craving to step into something bigger and deeper, but there is that disconnect. There is that disconnect, and it's difficult because I feel that there's a rebelliousness in this energy, right? And there's a noble energy in here. And it's not that one is right or wrong, they're just different in the energy. And I think that's why they are suggesting you do some identity work, as in like how you see yourself. And there's many ways you can do that: journaling, meditation, mirror work, looking at yourself in the mirror, doing affirmations with yourself. But if you play with that a little bit, I think that will get you out of the immature, rebellious energy, which has been fun to be in, no doubt, right? But when you're, I'm sorry to say this, but like when you're so sick of your own shit and you're just ready for something different, that's when we're ready to step into more of our nobleness and to kind of get out of our own way, and to get out of our selfish way, because this way is selfish. It's only thinking about you. And the emperor is thinking about the community, about humanity, about us and them and everything. So to play with a little bit more of the energy of the noble self that can get out of his own head, her own head, and to be more a part of the whole. When you step more into the noble emperor energy, you're thinking more about others now, and more about how your actions always impact everything, It's taking more self-responsibility. Right. Not that you're not going to have these moments or you can schedule them in, but there is this imbalance, and that's what the cards or the energy or spirit is suggesting, is to play a little bit more in that noble energy. I keep hearing that word, like going beyond yourself, because you have things that you're wanting to create that others will benefit from. Even and you will benefit from. And it's all encompassing when you look at the whole, right? Instead of just the me. That is the message that is coming through. So, and that will help you, just to wrap up with the tarot, this will help you to not be in anxiety anymore, to not feel like you need to run away. You will slowly start to change your identity so that you are more centered and embodied and whole and complete and not feel like you need to go straight to those things that short term feel good, long term not so good for you. So that's what I am reading in the cards. So let's move on now from the tarot. We're going to pull some oracle cards for this group just to see kind of what other messages are in line with you guys today. So this is the I Create My Reality deck. Let's take a look. What is the best message this group can hear today? Okay. Oh, I love this card. Says, I came to have fun. I came to play. I came to be free. I came to be fulfilled. Life is not a race or a competition. Better to think of it as a game. You are meant to play, to develop your skills, to enjoy the fun of encountering other players in pursuit of their own goals. Don't take things too seriously, and remember that in this game, setbacks are simply opportunities to learn how to play better. The whole point of playing this game is to enjoy it and to play to the fullest. Come on, let's play. Life is fun. So that's the message it comes with. Yeah, I'm glad that this card came out because that last with the tarot, it was getting a little serious, I think. So this is a good message that, yes, you can do like some deep work as in identity shifting because you're that powerful. And also that's fun. Isn't that fun to be able to move from a knight to the emperor? Like that's fun. What you can create with that. And it truly is. You're in your own lane. You are. Like other people, there's other players out there playing their own game and they have their own goals. And I think this is like an extra message to like stay in your own lane and create what you want and also like listen to yourself. I'm also hearing this message, I have to share this, about like you also are the one creating the rules. Like our belief systems really are what are creating our reality. What we believe to be true is what comes true because we are powerful creators. So there is that element of it, like you are player one, you are the writer, you are the director, you are the actor, you are the audience. Like you are it all. So just like own that power and have fun playing the game in that way. That's how I feel. So that was a beautiful message for this group. I'm going to move on to this is animal. I'm sorry, I can't read that word, but this is this deck. This is a lovely deck too. What is the best message for this group today? We have breakthrough. Wow, that's a pretty intense image with a cone coming out of the eye, and then there is a coffin with a snake head. That's pretty intense. I don't know much about this card. I have to look this up. So we have 29 breakthrough. Lizard brain. That's what it's called. Okay. The medicine of this card comes through when you are about to level up and have an amazing breakthrough, but you must be made aware that your lizard brain may attempt to self-sabotage. That was what the whole first message was about with the tarot. The eye opening in this image is likened to a seed ripening open to become self-realized. The reptile head on the bottom of the card represents our unconscious reptilian brain, the limbic system. This part of our brain represents fear, fight, flight, addictions, and other emotional behaviors. It hates change and thinks it can keep you safe by pulling you back from taking important risks that can lead to great success. The lizard brain will drown you in fear of potential failure and tell you to stay in the job or relationship that makes you miserable because there is a strange safety in the familiarity of what you know. Hey, it's hey, at least you know it's horrible, so that's safe, right? Wrong. This is just some of the garbage logic that the lizard brain, the master of self sabotage. Yeah. This card is about surpassing the prehistoric programming of our beliefs and behaviors to evolve into who we know we can be. The art of your breakthrough is determined effort to constantly question your perception. We talk so much about perception as well. Take a moment to analyze a current obstacle or moment of resistance you are dealing with. This obstacle is a golden nugget moment to challenge your perception. Examine the story in your mind's eye. Even being aware that you just got hijacked by lizard brain doesn't necessarily dispel all the worry running through your body. At this moment, you may have to just move forward while still feeling fear and not believing fully in yourself. But the action of going forward is what will lead you to the critical breakthrough. Isn't that true? Even when you have those moments where it's like, gosh, I really don't want to do this thing, or there's still fear in me, there's still anxiety in me about doing this, but you choose to do it anyway with that fear, with that anxiety just on the back burner, that is powerful, because ultimately what it comes down to is our actions, like what we actually do, right? Our words can be one thing, but our actions are a completely other thing. And that is, I'm picturing the magician. That's the magician energy of just using all the elements you have to create something. So that's a great reminder. Don't let the lizard brain take you over. Don't let it hijack you. I mean, it will, and you recognize it, but also it can be there, and you can still, how do I say, you can still do the things, you're still doing the things that it wants you to do, but also you're rebelling against the lizard brain, and you're taking it a step beyond that, which is like, it's like your soul or your highest self kind of stepping in and saying, you know what, I'm still gonna do the thing, even if it's scary, even if I'm uncomfortable, I'm still gonna do it, even if it's just a little bit every day. This is literally just reminders for you. I don't think this is anything groundbreaking. Maybe it is for you, but this is just healthy reminders for you, because we all need them. I have one more deck to pull from. This is the Moonology. I love this deck too. I love the moon. It actually is the full moon in Scorpio as I'm recording today. So let's take a look at what the Moonology has. What is the best advice for this group today? Anything else? Okay. So the first card out is emotions are running high with the supermoon. And I think that this really goes in line with everything, because I know how hard it is when the lizard brain is taking over, how hard it is to actually do something different when you're so used to the familiar pattern of like going to whatever vices you go to. So that's what I feel is really difficult when the emotions are high. You're just like, oh, I could do something else, but there's this thing that really brings me comfort, and it's just the comfort is really in the familiarity of it. You're just familiar with it. That's where the comfort comes in. To remind yourself that, I think, would be important in those moments. I have step out of your comfort zone with the North Node. If you don't know where your North Node is in your natal astrological charts, definitely look that up. Google how to do that or ask AI or whatever. Find out where your north node is, because I think that will give you a lot of clarity on yourself and your life. Because the north node is where we are stepping into new energies for us, our souls. We are moving towards newness, so in which includes getting out of your comfort zone. So I think that would be helpful and beneficial for you. So in this one I had in the reverse, it says your hard work is paying off. This is the new moon in Capricorn. But I had it come out in the reverse. And for some reason, the message I'm getting on this is it's not about hard work per se. I'm hearing it's about aligned work. Because I think some of the weight, the heaviness when you move towards something new is like, oh, it's hard work. I'm going to have to do a lot of work in order to do this. And that's a certain perception, a certain mindset. But I'm hearing a way that you can look at that differently and have a different perspective on it is to see it as aligned work. You know, you've been feeling the calling to do this certain thing, to start this certain project, whatever it is. And you see it more as like, okay, this is the next step to help my soul grow and to do the things that somehow I got the download I want to do, and just see it as aligned. It doesn't have to be hard. It may be hard, but the primary principle of how you describe this work is aligned work, not hard work, aligned work. That was really good. I like this deck and what it gave us. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I have for my cards today. So I hope this message gave you guys some clarity where you're at. I feel like there was a nice flow that went with this group. And not always an easy message to talk about, but that's perfect because we don't want easy messages all the time. We want to hear the truth, right? That's the most important thing. That's where the alignment really is. Not all of them are going to be hunky-dory conversations, but they're really great to go into the real shit that happens with us in our lives and the things that we really don't always talk about, like the struggles that we feel emotionally. So my goal, I hope this brought you some clarity and that you're feeling better about yourself, about your perspectives on life, and how it really is more in your control. I hope you're feeling more aligned and that you have control for the parts that you can control. Your actions, your perspectives, your attitudes. Those are things that you can come back and you can literally focus to change. So, with all that being said, you guys, thanks for joining me on this mystery reading. These readings are timeless. You can come check one out whenever you need nourishment and literally just pick it based on your own intuition, because you are your own highest power. You are your own greatest source. So go trust yourself, listen to yourself, develop that relationship with you so that you can thrive to your fullest potential in this life. And you're getting the magic sauce straight from the tap when you listen to your intuition. So that's it from me for today. Thank you guys. Have a great time. Talk to you later. Bye.